Thomas Wheeler, the CEO of the Massachusetts Mutual Life Insurance Company, told a story on himself. He tells how that one day he and his wife were driving on the interstate when he noticed that his gas gauge was showing close to empty. Well, the first exit that he found, he turned off, and there he discovered this run-down gas station with just one gas pump. Well, he stopped by and asked the attendant to fill it up and check the oil, and he went for a walk just to stretch his legs around this little gas station. Well, as he came back, he noticed that his wife and the gas attendant were having an animated conversation, which got his interest. And as he came closer, the conversation stopped, and he paid for the gas, got back in his car, and got back onto the interstate. Well, he was curious enough to then ask his wife and say, "Did you know that gas attendant? You seemed to talk to him like he was someone you knew." "Oh yes," she said, "quite amazing. Never expected that. But he and I were in high school together. In fact, we dated for an entire year. And I just enjoyed meeting up with him and just catching up with his life again." Well, the CEO had a good chuckle. And here's what he said to his wife. "Well, aren't you lucky that I came around? Because if you married him, you'd be married to a gas station attendant." Kind of bragging there a little. She had a good answer for him. She looked at him and said, "No, if I married him, he would be the CEO and you would be the gas station attendant." Well, here's the point, and that is that when you attach yourself to Jesus, when we become connected with Jesus Christ, things become different. So let me ask you, if you should connect yourself to Jesus, how would you be different than you are today or you were yesterday? If you come under the influence of Jesus Christ, what transformation takes place in your life? What needs to be different than what it was yesterday or the day before? Jesus taught us that if we come under His influence and we connect ourselves with Him, we will not be conformed to being like the world. Even our neighborhood will change. Things will be different wherever we are because of the influence of Jesus coming through us. That's why He said one day, surprisingly, "You are the salt of the earth." And He said that if the salt loses its flavor, it's no longer good for anything, but be thrown on a pile and to be discarded. You are the salt of the earth. You make a difference when you're connected to Jesus. He also said you're the light of the world, and nobody would light a candle and hide it under a bucket. That candle must shine where it can produce light. And even so, you are to produce light. Jesus said, "Let your light so shine that those seeing your good works will give glory to your Father in heaven." Won't you check on who you connected with right now? And if you haven't yet, take that step. Come to Jesus. Allow Him to unite you to Himself, and then see what His influence will do. What changes will come about in your life, in your neighborhood, in your home, in your workplace. Jesus is the most positive influence on anyone's life that we can imagine. If you want to know more about the Fletcher Seventh-day Adventist Church, go to our website, fletchersda.org. We want you to discover that for us, the purpose of being a church is to lift Jesus up and to love people in. On September the 9th, we begin what we call Hope for Life. You'll find out on the website more about that. And the purpose of that program is to help people to discover a real relationship with Jesus, to discover that Christianity is real in this world today. If you'd like to invite a friend and come along on September the 9th, a meal begins at 6 p.m. You'll then find out information about the 10-week program, how to have a Bible study, how to learn to study the Bible, how to pray, how to have assurance, and the meaningfulness in life. You'll be able to discover how that really happens in a way where your questions are respected and answered, and where you will, in a safe environment, be able to develop this relationship with Jesus that you may be feeling like you need the most right now. Hope for life.